Hi, this is Marc Morrell from ToonBarn, and I'm here with Larry Kenney at RetroCon at the Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks, PA.
Is that where we are? You know, sometimes I have to, when I get up in the morning, I have to look at the phone book and see what town I'm in with what convention.
Larry, as you know, is the voice of LionO on Thundercats, and he's also done voices like Count Chocula, Sonny from Cocoa Puffs. So what else have you done?
Well, let's see. I was, as you said, LionO on the original Thundercats. On the current Thundercats, I played Claudius, LionO's father. And let's see, so many commercials over the years. Skittles commercials. Feel the rainbow, taste the rainbow. That's me. If you watched Best Week Ever on VH1 a few years ago, I was the guy. It's the second week of February 2010, the best week ever. That's me. I talk for food.
Okay. It's always about food, isn't it?
About food, one way or the other, yeah.
Well, what other types of role do you think people are going to best know you for over the years?
Well, people know me more from LionO and Bluegrass on Silverhawks and things like that because there are credits at the end of the show. For 35 years, I've been the voice of Count Chocula on the commercials. And for about that long, the voice of Sonny the Cocoa Puffs bird. But fewer people know that because there's no credits at the end of it, So,
right.
And then for 35 years, I was a member of the cast of Imus in the Morning on radio and TV. So a lot of people know me from, when I meet people here, they know me from different things,
There was also Bowling for Dollars, wasn't there?
Yes, there was. You're not that old to remember that.
No, I'm not.
I was the host of a game show in New York called Bowling for Dollars for 3 years, yeah. And I was a disc jockey in New York for a long time, so people know me from various things.
Now, you also have a daughter and son-in-law that are also in the business, right?
I do. My daughter, Carrie Kenney Silver, is an actress who's enjoying a great career. She was on Reno 911.
Right, I remember.
Viva Variety. She was originally in the States way back in the 90s. And does a lot of films now. She's in a film that just came out called Fun Size. She was in a film with Jennifer Aniston that came out last year called Wanderlust. So she's doing really. She's on Chelsea lately all the time. The other night she was on Always Sunny in Philadelphia, so she's doing well. And you mentioned her husband, Steve Silver. He just won his third Emmy. He's a cinematographer. He's in charge of filming 2.5 Men and Big Bang Theory for CBS. Yeah. So we're kind of a family. Two of us, we're both in the same business. And my son has just become a voice actor. So.
Oh, that's got to feel good.
Tanner Kenney, yeah.
So what do you guys talk about when you get together at holidays and stuff like that?
Baseball.
Baseball. All right, who's your favorite baseball team?
The Yankees, come on.
Okay. All right. Now, we're here at RetroCon.
Yes.
All right, and RetroCon is all about 70s, 80s, things from the past. Yeah. All right, what are some of your favorite things that you remember from those time periods?
From the 70s and 80s? Well, of course, doing, recording Thundercats and all those shows, and my best memories of that are the people I worked with, Peter Newman and Lynn Lipton and the two Earls, Hammond and Earl Hammond and Earl Hyman, two different guys, and Jerry and Raphael, and we worked together for years together on different series. We also did the same group of people did a lot of Rankin Bass Christmas animated specials, Star for Jeremy. Well, the list goes on and on, but I think you're actually asking me in terms of as a fan myself, right?
Yes.
As a fan myself.
Were you a fan yourself?
We're all fans of something, aren't we? We're all fans. I tell people here at these Comic Cons that they'll say, "I'm so excited to meet you," and I couldn't wait to see it. I said, I want to tell you, when I were young, if there were a place like this that you could come and stand in line and meet Mel Blanc or people like that, I would have done it back then, but we didn't have the opportunity back then. So right, I think this is so great for the fans to be able to come and actually meet the people they've listened to all their lives, And
yeah, back then it was unheard of to be able to actually meet the stars.
Sure. Things have changed.
So here at ToonBarn, of course, we celebrate the cartoons. We talk about them all the time.
Thank you for that.
And we got really excited when Thundercats was coming back as a brand new series, rebooted up, you know.
Yeah.
Did you get any consultation input into that?
I got a call from my agent telling me that that Warner Brothers had called them and that they were going to produce a new Thundercats series and that they would like me to be Claudius, LionO's father. And I said, it sounds good. Let me see a script. And I want to talk to at least one of the people involved in the writing of the show. And as soon as I saw the script and talked to Dan Norton, who was the head writer on the series, and then later met all of them and realized that everybody at Warner Brothers who worked on the new project grew up as enormous Thundercats fans and wanted to keep it true to the Code of Thundera and all that. I said, yeah, I'll do it. Because I have all of us who worked on the show have I think a great love for it, and I'm trying to figure out how to express this. Over the years, I've received so many letters and now emails from people who tell me in different ways that their childhood was not that great. Some of them go into detail, and if you get the drift of what I'm talking about, and they'll say, but when I would go into my room and shut the door and watch Thundercats, I could forget all that. And I met a gentleman here today, Russell, who said he grew up very poor, extremely poor, and they didn't have much, but that Thundercats was his thing that kept him going. So when some people tell you that the show meant more to them than just entertainment, it's nice to hear, hey, the show was entertaining, I liked laughing, I liked watching, but the stories I've heard from people who maybe got through their rough childhood partly because of our work, well, that hits you right here. And so because of that, I've always, over the years, I've been asked to do different shows as the LionO. Most of them I turned down because they were mocking. They were, you know, I didn't want that, because all of us who are involved in the show believe that we have, that show means more to people than some other shows might.
Right. I mean,
I'm sorry for that long answer.
No, that's okay. But I mean, it had to do with loyalty and honor and respect and, you know, all those kind of things that kids learned about, and they don't get that chance to learn those types of values these days.
And that's exactly what some people say in their letters, that they learned their moral values. They got their moral compass from that show. And when I first started getting those letters, I thought, are you kidding? It was a television show. But they meant it.
It was more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and having a boy trapped in a man's body.
Yeah, and that was also the fun part of playing the role, because, you know, people say, well, he's a superhero. Yeah, but I realized early on that he had to act like a superhero, but because of his stunted development, you know, he was put asleep for years, and then woke up and he was awakened and then told, you are now the Lord of the Thundercats. I tried to keep in mind how that must have been, to have to be the tough guy, to be the leader, and still have doubts about yourself, you know. Vulnerable. I tried to show vulnerability in his voice, you know. Yeah,
but he had a good supporting cast.
Oh, the best. Yeah.
So
and the best writers, everything about that show. Well, that's why shows become iconic. It's not just the voice actors.
Leonard Starr, he had to develop the whole Thundercats Bible.
Yeah.
I mean, basically from scratch.
And exactly everything, you know, Cat's Lair, Mum-Ra's thing. He's the guy. Some people don't realize that it all has to be interwoven somehow. And he's the guy who did that.
And build a world like Third Earth.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So, going on from here, what's your next project?
Well, I'm doing. I don't know the title, but I just got a call from my agent the other day that in early January I'm starting a new. It's an interactive video thing, computer thing. It's not a game, he said, but it's something like some of the other ones I've done. I've done Grand Theft Auto 4. I was on that. Alan Wake, American Nightmare. Those have become really big now. So I'm doing another one of those, but I'm afraid I don't know the title right now.
That's okay. If we wanted to get a taste of LionO and maybe some of the other characters, you did Jackalman, right?
Jackalman as well, yeah.
All right. So I heard that sometimes you had to do both voices at the same time in real time and switch back and forth.
Well, we were given the opportunity. If, for example, two of the characters, well, for example, like you said, I played LionO in the show and Jackalman. The few times that those two had a dialogue in a scene, they gave us the opportunity. You could either do all of LionO's lines and then all of Jackalman's lines. I prefer to work the other way. I prefer to do it real time. So it would be something like, there you are, Jackalman. Your time is near.
You don't give me that, LionO. The Thundercats shall perish.
No, we won't, because I got the Sword of Oath.
Yes, you will.
No, we won't. It was more fun to go back and forth.
That sounds great.
Do it, the other way around. But you have to be a little nuts to be able to do that.
Yeah,
I'm just the guy.
All right. Well, we want to thank you
Mark,
for
thank
joining us
you.
at ToonBarn.
Thank you, and thanks to ToonBarn for keeping the Code of Thunder alive and all the other cartoons from and pop culture things from the 80s.
We will. We will.
Thank you, fans.
Thank you.